Well, hello everybody and welcome to Josh's car. I know a couple weeks ago I made a video that was released on my birthday, but it is my actual birthday today. And I was thinking about what I had to get done for work and filming and everything today. And I was like, you know what? I should have like an actual birthday instead of just working. I just decided to have an entire day of doing stuff that I love. So I'm gonna get us started. We're gonna have a slow morning with coffee and donuts. And I'll tell you guys a little bit about what I've been reading in my book. And then from there, we're gonna have some fun. I literally just got into town, got some coffee, and I'm about to go for a walk in our beautiful park here. And then I think I'm gonna go thrifting. We're gonna get some lunch with Josh. We're just gonna have a great day. Tonight we're gonna have some friends over. So I'm just gonna bring y'all along for what I consider to be a day of indulgence, doing all of my very favorite things. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, y'all, I wanted to chat for a minute today about something that I have been really challenged in this year, and that is hospitality. So, as y'all know, I'm in my 9th month of pregnancy right now, and it kind of seems like maybe an odd time to start inviting people over all the time. But I did read this section of John Mark Comer's book, Practicing the Way. Y'all know that I love him and his writing. And I was really convicted about the fact that we have been working so hard on our home, and we actually have not had people over in a long time. We've just kept such a busy schedule, and I wanted to take the slow days ahead of us and fill them with people that we love, just being able to come over and spend time in our home. Here Comer is speaking about how Jesus ushered in God's kingdom. He categorizes Jesus's ministry into 3 basic rhythms: making space for the gospel, preaching the gospel, and demonstrating the gospel. So how Jesus made space for the gospel is through hospitality. It says here that it's no secret that our increasingly post-Christian culture is no longer warm or even neutral to the gospel. It's hostile to it. Many people perceive Christianity as part of the problem and not the solution. Most secular people have zero interest in hearing the gospel, preferring to look for salvation in other sources. So how do we make space for God in such an emotionally loaded atmosphere? The same way that he did, by eating and drinking. You see, for Rabbi Jesus, meals were not a boundary marker, but a sign of God's great welcome into the kingdom, not a way to keep people out, but to invite people in. In the Gospel of Luke alone, there are over 50 references to food. In Luke's Gospel, Jesus is either going to a meal, at a meal, or coming from a meal. First, Luke wrote, "The Son of Man came to seek and save the lost." And this is what Jesus did, his mission. Then he wrote, "The Son of Man came eating and drinking." That is how Jesus did it, his method. Jesus lived in a culture where a lot of people were hostile towards him. How did he invite them into his kingdom? 1 meal at a time. This practice of eating and drinking with people far from God is what the New Testament writers call hospitality. We can't force a person to become a disciple of Jesus, nor would we want to, but we can offer them a space where such change can occur, even if slowly over time. We can actively seek out the lonely, the newcomer, the uncool, the poor, the immigrant, or the refugee, those with no family or no home, and welcome them into a community of love. We witness a painful search for a hospitable place where life can be lived without fear and where community can be found. It is possible for men and women and obligatory for Christians to offer an open and hospitable place where strangers can cast off their strangeness and become our fellow human beings. The writer Rosaria Butterfield called this act radically ordinary hospitality. Those who live it see strangers as neighbors and neighbors as family of God. They see God's image reflected in the eyes of every human being on earth. Those who live out radically ordinary hospitality see their homes not as theirs at all, but as God's gift to use for the furtherance of his kingdom. They open doors, they seek out the underprivileged, and they know that the gospel comes with a house key. The beauty of Jesus' method is this: It is something that you're already doing. You already eat meals. All you have to do is repurpose a few of them to offer God's great welcome. And also, anyone can do this. There's no better place to get to know someone than over a meal, no better place to dialogue or even disagree in love. Because of that, there's no better place to preach the gospel than around a table with bread and wine. You don't need a seminary degree or expertise in apologetics. You don't need a formal dining room or a kinfolk-worthy backyard with cool hanging lights. You just need a table, and it doesn't even have to be yours. I'm gonna show you cereal.
Love you. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, well, here we are back in my room. I decided to put on a pretty dress today and do my full makeup. I haven't been doing like full makeup lately just because I feel like I have been so tired and a little bit lazy, but I decided to go all out today just to make myself feel good and really enjoy my day as what I consider to be like my best self. Anyway, I actually had a really difficult conversation with Josh on this morning, and it was hard, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, I love our marriage, and he is truly my best friend. We have so much fun, we laugh together, but that does not mean that we do not have like hardships, like really hard conversations. And so I just want to always be honest about that on here, that things may be perceived as like perfect, or that things are always easy, but we go through it just like every other couple, and I honestly think that that is what makes us stronger sometimes. So if you guys go through that too, you are not alone. Okay, I thought I would show you guys a couple of new pieces that I have. Yesterday, my daughters bought me this sweet little pearl necklace. So it's June and pearls are my birthstone. And so the girls got me that and these little earrings. So I'm gonna go ahead and wear these today. The girls are really excited that I had it on this morning. And then also I got a new wedding ring, engagement ring or whatever. Let me see if I can even get this on here. Okay, so I'm gonna cover up my face so it doesn't try to focus on my face, but it is an oval instead of being like the cushion cut, and it's gold instead of being silver. So I mostly wear gold these days. It's not a real diamond, it's moissanite, and it's not real gold. It is 18 karat gold dipped sterling silver. But y'all, the difference, this thing was like $150 compared to my original wedding ring, which was, at least over $1,000, if not $2,000. I am really excited to have it. I've actually had it for a few weeks now. I wore it on our trip to Mexico, but it was something that we've been talking about doing for a really long time. I really wanted it for our 10-year anniversary, but I had a hard time kind of like jumping straight into that. I felt really guilty about spending another couple $1,000s. And so, you know what? I'm going this route, and I am just as happy with this $150 ring as I would be with a couple $1,000 ring. I also like that it has this cute little vintage style band with it as well. And I didn't have that before. It's not clean right now, but I've already gotten like many compliments on it in real life. So I've been so happy with this purchase. And I don't know, I just thought I would let you guys see what you'll probably be seeing in many videos here to come. So anyway, okay, so I am done getting ready for the day. I'm gonna go hop in my car, drive into Omaha. I'm gonna go to my favorite coffee shop, get something, and then I'm trying to figure out if I should go on like a nature walk or if I should go thrifting first. We'll see what I have energy for with this full-term baby inside of me. Okay, so before we move on with my birthday, I would like to take a quick minute to say thank you to today's sponsor, which is the Hughes. Let me tell y'all a little bit about them. Okay, well, I will show you guys a little shot of our back porch before we got these window treatments up. I know that y'all have suggested that we put window treatments on here just to give us a little bit more insulation. However, I did wind up choosing the linen curtains from the Hughes. Okay, so if you guys are not familiar with the Hughes, it is a custom home decor brand that has been rebranded from Nicetown's custom line. They have over 20 years of experience in the window treatment field and have proudly served over 10 million plus homes. They've embarked on a new exciting journey with rebranding into the Hughes. They place more emphasis on custom-made quality products that will allow their customers to showcase their style in their home. So they believe that everyone deserves to express their unique personality and creativity in their home without any limits. Any color you have is your hue. Their slogan is the Hues defined by you. So these custom-made products fit perfectly, including the color, thickness, header, and seam to meet the needs of different rooms. They have a swift manufacturing process. You just have to let them know what your custom colors, fabrics, and measurements are, and they'll get them to you as soon as possible. The new brand, the Hues, is more inclusive in style with neutral or richer colors and patterns, combining avant-garde and fashion to bring consumers unique and individual pieces. They have more than just curtains, including other window treatments like electric shades, as well as blankets, pillowcases, plush, and more. And here you can see the after. My husband and I talked about how much these linen window coverings just elevate the space, and we love how it looks. Go ahead and click the Hughes link below in the description and use my code here to get your discount on your curtains today. All right, y'all, let's get back to this awesome day. Before we hit the car, I figured I would show you some of the flowers that are in our house. Our house is filled with fresh flowers right now, all gifts from Josh. So he got me this bouquet of red roses. These are for our anniversary, which was actually 2 days ago. So he always gets me red roses. That's been like his thing with me since we were dating. I love them. I'm not a huge red person, but for some reason I love red roses. Over here, we've got a bouquet of flowers that Josh got for Rosie for her baptism. So she came home to these on the day that we had like her little family party. So sweet. We really enjoyed having all of them over. Yesterday was Rosie's first dance recital, and so Josh wanted to make sure that he had an armful of flowers after she came back from backstage. We just wanted to make her feel so celebrated as well. So funny that most of these are for Rosie, but anyway, I thought I would show you those. May I please have a blended caramelicious, if that's all right? All right, y'all, and I am meeting you back in the car. Okay, so my favorite coffee in Omaha is Scooters, and it's like a chain. It's literally everything. It was actually started here in Omaha, but now it's like a national brand. It's so funny too, because a couple of years ago, before I ever got started on YouTube, I was in a photo shoot for them. Wasn't paid for it. I literally just got a free thing of coffee, which honestly was enough for me at that time. It's funny because it's like been part of their national campaign. Like I've had people from all over the United States message me on Instagram and Facebook telling me that they've gotten emails for free drinks with my face on it. There's like pictures all throughout Omaha of me and a couple of my friends like chumming it up and drinking our Scooters coffee. Anyway, this is not all sponsored by them, but I'm telling y'all, it is so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this and I'm gonna go for a walk in the park by myself. Y'all, I never ever get time like this. The girls are with Josh for the next few hours and I'm just gonna take some time and do everything that I love. So I love this pretty little grotto area. I actually took Rosie and Ruby here for like their first day of homeschool for like kindergarten and preschool, and we took pictures and we studied all of the plants and the animal life around here. But it is just so pretty. Well, now that I had a little bit of time to myself, which I never get to think about some things, I was a little bit worried about, just all of the chaos that's going to be coming up here soon. I always get a little bit nervous every time I'm going to have a baby. But just being in the beautiful nature reminded me of Matthew 6:25 through 34. Therefore, I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? And why do you worry about clothes? See how the flowers of the field grow. They do not labor or spin. Yet I tell you that not even Solomon in all of his splendor was dressed like one of these. If that is how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, will he not much more clothe you, you of little faith? So do not worry, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or what shall we wear? For the pagans run after all these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need them. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all of these things will be given to you as well. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. All right, well, I am back to where I started. Josh just gave me a call and asked me where I want to get lunch, and I am craving some pad thai, so I think we're gonna go ahead and do that next. All right, so I met Josh at the church, we went to lunch, and then I just got back from dropping him off there, but I'm gonna drive by my dream house in Omaha. This is like ultimate goals where I would love to be. I'll show it to you. You guys, it is so cute. I am absolutely obsessed with this little house. It's got a little brick walkway. It's right close to our church. I would just love to be here someday, so I thought I would show it to you. This is part of me just indulging in my day, just hoping and dreaming for someday. All right, y'all, and what would a birthday to myself be without a little thrifting trip? Usually these days I'm just hitting it whenever I can in between, taking kids here and there, and it was so nice to just be in here by myself, able to take my time, not feeling like I have to rush from one place to the next. And I was just completely indulging in this. So you guys can see that I found this cool jar here. I was thinking about maybe using this for like bath salts, or possibly like trying to make a laundry detergent at home or something, maybe experimenting with that a little bit. I thought it'd be cool. I found some cool pewter pieces on this trip, not just here, but even at the next thrift store that I went to. But I heard that you are not supposed to actually drink out of pewter because there could be lead in it. I don't know, I might be wrong. But so it's just not really worth it to buy it at this point. I did really like these sheets. They were 100% cotton. Oh, darn it, I don't know if I grabbed the name of the company where they were from, but they were really nice. And they had the top sheet, the fitted sheet, and pillowcases, which rarely ever happens. But honestly, you guys, I have all of the sheets that we need on all of our beds, and I don't need to be keeping a ton of extra ones either. So anyway, in here I found some cute little sparkly Vans. These are not what I'd buy for myself, but I really thought that Ivy might like them. And then, y'all, I see these salt lamps everywhere, but I couldn't believe that this one was $5.99 for such a small one. And then I found these cute little hearth and hand plants here. I looked these up actually, and it turns out that they wound up being like $15 originally. I was into the Santa, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm just not really much of a figurine person, but I thought this little mouse was kind of cute next to him as well. And then I've seen people hang these from their fireplaces, and they look really cool and primitive. And when I spotted this, I was excited about it, but I feel like it looks too new for my taste, and so because it didn't look antique, I did decide to leave it behind. And then I found these brand new Uggs. Like, I couldn't believe that they were even out here, let alone that they were just $5.99. And then I found a really cute bike, but it had flat bald tires. And I'm not gonna lie to you people, I don't know what to do with that. I don't know how to fix that. I did find these baskets, and I think that they were marked at $3.99 each, which honestly is not a bad deal, but for some reason I just like did not decide to take that plunge. And then I found this really cool brush, but it looked like it had been cut off on the ends. And I've seen people decorate with these horse things. Oh gosh, I'm revealing myself for not being knowledgeable, but I know that these go around a horse's neck. Is it a bridle? I'm not sure. I found these cute Courier and Ive mugs. I can't believe that these were like 50 cents. I think that I paid like $10 for the one that I have, and now I just keep it over at my parents' house. And then I found these really cool mugs. This one says made in Germany. There's another one, but oh my gosh, they were so dirty. I truly wonder what these things had been through before they made it into this thrift store. But I just thought that they were still really cool and worth sharing. Here's this give us this day our daily bread thing, and then this really nice basket. I think it was listed for $4.99. This was a really high quality, good sturdy basket, but I just didn't have any need for it. And then here's the second set of pewter things that I was telling you about. They had like a whole little set, and honestly they were pretty cheap. And I know that I had talked about possibly going this direction in the past as far as like decorating, but I just don't know if I have the mental or emotional energy to be like starting over on anything right now as far as decorating in our house. So I did decide to pass these up, but I wanted to get some pictures of just the prices on these items. They really weren't too bad. Some of them were a little bit more expensive than others, but yeah, overall I felt like it was a really fun and nice thrifting day to just be doing it by myself. Okay, so I just got done thrifting and it is so hot. I'm really glad that I went on my walk earlier and not now, but I thought I would just do the little haul right now in the car, and that way I don't have to worry about filming whenever I get home. So I did pick up these little plants. These are from Hearth and Hand. I don't know how much they would have been originally, but I got them for $1.99. I thought that maybe these could look cute on like Ivy's bookshelf in her room. We'll test them out. Next, I picked up these Uggs. Okay, so quick story. When I bought my Uggs that I wear all the time in 2006, I think is when I bought them, I got the short ones because they were like $20 cheaper than the tall ones, and I always wanted the tall ones. So I found these. These were $5.99. I figure, you know what, if it's like 15 years later and I'm still wearing those other Ugg boots, like, why not have another pair? These are like literally, look at the inside. They're like brand new. And they're in my size. I felt so lucky. Next, I picked up these little Vans for Ivy. Okay, 3 reasons why I like these. I'm not a huge Vans person, but Josh loves Vans. And so I know that he's gonna be really excited about these. Number 2, they are sparkly, or balarkly as the girls call them. And I'm not big into sparkles, but the girls love the sparkles, so I know that they're gonna love them. But for me, they're neutral, and so they'll go with like anything, and I love that. So you know what, I wouldn't buy these for myself, but I think that everybody in our family is gonna be happy with these. The last thing that I bought was just this glass jar that I showed you guys, and it stinks because she actually charged me $5.99, not $3.99 for it. But the lady that was checking me out, she was so silly. She was just a funny old lady, and I didn't have the heart to tell her that she charged me $2 extra, but that's okay, no big deal. Oh, and the Vans were $1.99, so not bad. That's my haul. All right, y'all, well, I am coming through my old neighborhood, and I'm about to pass by my old house. You guys, let me know in the comments if you have been here since we were in this house. We lived here for almost 10 years, and it's so weird to think that I can't just walk on up. Here it is, y'all. This was our house for the longest time. Isn't it so cute? So sad that I can't go in there. Y'all, it still feels like my house. bizarre. Okay, so from here on out, we're going to go home. I'm gonna rest for a little bit, maybe just like chill, and then we've got some friends coming over. They're gonna bring their kids. We're gonna swim out in the pool, and we're gonna have a fun rest of the night. So maybe I'll include a little clip of that. Okay, so on this night I got home and I realized that our house was definitely not ready for company, but I am trying to learn to just be okay with it. So I told my friend Rachel, I was like, listen, I could either spend the next 50 minutes panic cleaning before you guys get here, or I could just say, come as you are and accept us as we are and come have a great time. And so these guys came over, the house was not perfect, the floors were not swept, you know, there was probably food on the counters. As you guys can see, we made plenty mess while we were outside as well. But I'm just trying to learn to be okay with it and realize that sometimes when we have a mess, it gives other people permission to feel like they can have a mess too. And we don't require perfection in order to be able to get together and enjoy each other's company. So we had the best time this night.
Where's the marshmallow? I got a big gold.
Ruby, look at me. I really want another.
And sure enough, it just was like a little too loose for my liking. And I got the speed wobbles.
Thank you so much for joining me on this. I really appreciate y'all letting me have the chance to just enjoy my day and do whatever I want. And the fact that you guys stayed with me to the end really means a lot. Doing videos like this just make my life easier, and I really appreciate your support. So until next time, we will see you later. Bye.